Hi Algebra 2. Here's just an explanation of the project that you're going to work on in class and then tomorrow and finish up at home. It's a linear programming project where you will come up with a business plan. Have you ever thought of owning your own company? So developing products to sell like jewelry, clothing, or providing services like pet walking, grooming, tutoring. So in this project you get to dream big and develop a cost and a profit model for your business. So here are the steps, okay? The first step is you want to identify what type of business that you want to own. And then we're going to keep it simple. You're going to identify 2 products or services that you want to produce. You're going to start your business with $10,000. That's money I'm providing. You get to ignore the cost normally associated with keeping a business, like rent and heat, equipment. You're going to assume that all the costs are already taken care of and that the $10,000 you have is just for producing your product or service. The only restriction that you have besides $10,000 is that in spending it, you can't spend more than 3/4 of it on the production of one of the products or providing one of the services. So you're going to use this linear programming model to set up the profit model for your business. So you're going to need to just arbitrarily assign costs for the production of your product. This will feel very open-ended, but you're just going to use your common sense, and if you want to do a little bit of research on the internet, and you may be producing a product that you are familiar with the cost of it. So you're going to determine how much you sell the product for. You're going to determine the cost, and therefore you'll figure your profit. So what you sell it minus your cost will be the profit for each of your 2 products or services. And you can use that information to develop your profit model, which is that equation. So profit equals some amount times your first product plus some amount multiplied by the number of your second product or service. You're going to take your restrictions that you create. So you're going to arbitrarily create restrictions. So you're going to use the $10,000. You're going to use not being able to send more than 3/4 of it. And then if there's any other restrictions that you believe might occur just because of the nature of your business, you include those in your inequalities, and then you're going to graph those on Desmos, just like we have done with the practice problems. You're going to pick out those vertices, plug them into your profit equation, and show which combination of products or services will maximize. Your project should be in electronic format. You can use a format that you're familiar with. I would suggest this one. You may not be familiar with it, but I'll show it to you in class quickly, and it's very easy to use and put together. You can also use PowerPoint or something else that you're used to. You can create your graph using Desmos. I want you to screenshot it and then include it in your project. Here are the things to include in your project: your name, date, and title with a brief description, paragraph explanation of your business type and 2 products or services, an explanation of the costs, an explanation of the selling prices, an explanation of the profit and the profit model, which is the equation, an explanation of the restrictions and give those inequalities, the graph on Desmos, and then the combination of products and services that will maximize your product. When you save it, please save it just your last name, then your first name, and your hour. Here's an example. So you can send me your project as an email attachment, you can share it as a Google Doc, or send it in an email as a link. I've got an example that I've put together on the website that you can go look at, and then just bring any questions that you have into class tomorrow, and I'll give you the due date for this in class tomorrow. All right, see you then.